I'm upset. I'm sad.
And I'm also mad.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 4 or 5? I don't know. 4. It's 4. This is episode 4. And we have Nancy Reagan on the show.
Hello. It's me. Nancy Reagan. All I have to say is, just say no.
What are your thoughts on D.A.R.E, Nancy?
Yo, shit is clutch rolling. Thanks for asking. Yo, honestly, like, real talk, D.A.R.E was fucked. What was your most memorable D.A.R.E experience?
What is the D.A.R.E experience?
No, like the school program. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I remember I did.
Mine was so intense.
I did a presentation in the 8th grade about how Bob Marley's marijuana use killed him. And, like, I wish I could go back in time and, like, beat the shit out of myself for that.
Yo, D.A.R.E teaches people to be pussies. Yeah. Like, I don't know why, like, they wouldn't just tell you how to, like, believably say no to something. Like, it's not hard to just be like, oh, I can't do Molly on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. because my parents are strict and they'll know. Like, that's reasonable. Not, like, saying an excuse, like, no, I don't want to because I don't like drugs is not helpful. Like, instead of someone telling me, like, legitimately relevant information, like saying, like, oh, what do you do if you see someone overdosing or, like, shit like that. Instead, I'm 7 years old having to role play with someone on how to say no to smoking a cigarette. And that's me, the legacy of Nancy Reagan.
You can all Call of Duty, please. Yeah. When I start advertising for the podcast, please hit me up. You can play as her husband. Yeah. As her husband's Ron. Pet or whatever. Ronnie. Go do war crimes for Ronnie. Did you ever know anyone with, like, D.A.R.E merch?
I definitely, like, our D.A.R.E officer would pass out these, like, you know, those bullshit wristbands, like the rubber wristbands. We had D.A.R.E wristbands, and they also handed out D.A.R.E pins, but we were in the 2nd grade, so we weren't allowed to use pins. We could only use pencils. So yeah, the target audience was really reached there with those pins.
I hate anyone that just wears the D.A.R.E shirt. I've seen it so much and it's just gross. Like,
yeah, no, I think people try and do it ironic recently. Like, yeah, it's just too soon for me. Like, it's just not something I want to see. Another thing I do remember about D.A.R.E, did they make you do, like, the drunk goggles thing? What is it called? Yes. Beer goggles. Yes. Did they ever have you do that?
They had people in my school do it, but I did not do it personally.
I had to do it. I was literally, I think I was a freshman, so I was probably, like, 15. And our D.A.R.E officer truly made every single one of us get up and wear the beer goggles and try and walk in a straight line. And I remember so clearly that when I did it, I did fine. And it was like everyone was really thrown off by it, but it just wasn't, like, that difficult for me. And I will say also, after legally getting drunk as a 21-year-old, I can say the beer goggles were nothing like how being drunk is. Like, it's literally, they make it look like it's, like, looking down a kaleidoscope or some shit. Like, I just have never been drunk and seen what the beer goggles, like, emulated. It's just not the same. Like, everything they taught was just not true.
I've always wondered what those, like, colorblind goggles look like and how accurate they are.
Where would you even get those?
I have no idea, but, like, I see it a lot on social media.
I feel like maybe you could go to your optometrist and just lie.
Maybe.
Like a new one, and just be like, I just feel like I might not be able to see red. Like, just say some shit like that, and maybe they'll give you, like, the test. I don't know how it fucking works.
Can you become colorblind over time?
I think so. I don't know if it's, like, colorblind, but I know there's a lot of diseases where, like, you gradually lose your eyesight, but you start out with full eyesight. So maybe it can happen.
But I'm talking...
Like, color blindness, yeah. I don't know. That's something...
It's very rare.
Only science knows. Being colorblind.
It's present from birth. Although sometimes it can develop.
Does it have to be?
It can develop later in life.
Got him.
I said lull. I said later in lull.
Well, colorblindAwareness.org. Thank you.
Shout out to colorblindAwareness.org. Wait, what is that?
This is a color blindness test. So basically, I remember seeing this in, like, one of my psych classes. They're, like, little circles with, like, particular color patterns, and then in the middle it's like a number that's in, like, to me, like, I'm not colorblind, so I can see the number is slightly different, like a slightly different color than what the rest of the circle is colored. And so, like, if you can't see the number, like, if you can't distinguish the number, you're colorblind in that way.
The Rahit Varma, medical doctor, chairman of the ophthalmology department at USC, says it's not that the child is not smart enough or bright enough. It's that they see the world a little different.
Yeah, facts.
By the way, go all the way up to the article, the top of the article. No, down. New study shows that kids can be tested for color blindness as soon as age 4. Finds Caucasian boys most likely to be colorblind among different ethnicities.
They deserve it. I'm sorry, if anyone does, it's them.
Isn't it weird that Arabs have to identify as Caucasian on the census and stuff like that?
No, it's super weird. It blows my mind that they really haven't, I feel like they haven't adjusted those categories, like those options, since, like, me, Nancy Reagan, when I was the first lady. It's been about 40 years.
It all started with your husband, dude.
Yeah. I have to say, best decision of my life.
She was Reagan.
Nah, she was awful.
After he died, dude. She lived comfortably all the way until her oldest age.
She literally died in 2016, and I looked it up earlier, and if she was alive right now, she'd be 99 years old. So that bitch lived to be truly, like, 95? Yeah, 95. Fuck her.
What do you think of Nancy Pelosi? Fuck her. He typed in Nancy, trying to type in Nancy Reagan. But
the first thing, Chris Rock rips Pelosi Dems. You let the pandemic come in during impeachment.
Chris Rock is upset at Pelosi and the Dems. Chris Rock blasted Nancy Pelosi and other Democrats for prioritizing impeachment earlier this year, accusing them of letting coronavirus into the country as they attempted to oust Trump, who he likened to a 5-year-old. That's insane.
That's a lot.
What are you trying
Why is Dave Chappelle coming in now?
Yeah.
Rock called
politics with comedy colleague Dave Chappelle. Imagine just, like, talking politics with Dave Chappelle.
I mean, he gets kind of political in some of his stand-up specials in a bad way, in my opinion. But
what did you think of that whole impeachment? It did nothing.
No.
It did jack shit.
It's just, like, honestly just upsetting. Like, the first thing I feel when anyone asks me about anything currently happening in politics right now is, like, it's just upsetting. Like, I don't... See, I'm ugly as fuck there. I've been through it. As Nancy Reagan.
We're looking at Nancy Reagan.
She looks like fucking shit. She looks like an alien.
She died at 94.
Yo, the picture on the left versus the one on the right...
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
No. The one with Ronald Reagan's fucking
Ew.
flob.
Disgusting.
That's gross.
Ew.
Ronald Reagan had the biggest beer belly.
Disgusting. He deserves to look like that, though. For real. Like...
Oh, God.
It's gross.
Dude, back in the day... Wait, is that Nancy Reagan? Who is that?
Is that a...
It's Nancy Reagan.
And the first dog dressed as him?
Bush.
Who is that guy? Mr. T.
Mr. T.
First Lady Nancy Reagan kneels on the knee of Mr. T. This is a real picture we're looking at right now. It's from Christmas in the White House in, what does that say, 1983? Yeah, 1983. Disgusting.
You know Eazy-E went to the house to like go to a dinner with George H.W. Bush?
Wait, I'm sorry, you said Eazy-E?
Eazy-E. The guy
oh my god, I know who Eazy is.
Yeah, with Fuck the Police by NWA. He was in that song.
Why? How did that happen? I feel like that's really, I feel like that's so similar to like Kanye talking to Trump. That's like, This is like deja vu 40 years later. Dark. Yo, did you see recently, like, Kanye built up these, like, gigantic white walls around his entire property?
What?
They were so big. Literally, like, look it up. It's insane. Like, it's kind of shitty that everybody's, like, roasting him because he's just clearly a person struggling with mental health issues. However, if you consider the event just as isolated, no matter who did that is hilarious. Those walls are fucking gigantic.
It looks like the Osama bin Laden's compound in Pakistan where they shot him.
Except this is like a nice ass, like, multi-million-dollar property with, like, that looks like it's like 20 feet at least, right? Yeah, that's literally, like, why do you need that? I feel like the only purpose that could serve is being like a giant swimming pool. Like, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Have you ever seen Osama bin Laden's compound?
Yeah.
That was considered like high class in Pakistan. It looks like shit. The great way to spell Osama. Wazirton Haveli. That's the name of it.
Oh, yeah. That's not really cute. That's not great.
They have the wall around it, but like...
Kanye's wall is definitely bigger. Look at that.
Do you think Kanye West is the next Osama bin Laden?
No. He's just
we have to talk about
doing his thing. Yo, that was sus. More than anything.
Do you think it was him pissing on it himself, or it was him telling someone else to piss on it? And
no, I feel like at this point he's definitely capable of just doing it himself. I feel like that's definitely the most likely. That would be so weird if he like had his like security guy do it or something and then just give it to him. That would be so weird. I can't imagine that happening.
The past couple months he's been on
some
rants. Yeah,
I just really don't know what's going on, and it's not really my job to speculate. I just know that it's just like some of these events, like I said, the only thing I'll say is if you take the events out of context and just look at them for what they are, it's hilarious regardless.
Also, he got banned from Twitter for like 12 hours. Because he tweeted out that picture of the phone number. No, keep hitting it. You know what we're doing. He hit. So Kanye got banned on Twitter for 12 hours because he tweeted out the phone number of the editor of Forbes, and he said, if you guys want to call a white supremacist, here you go.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
It has to be deleted by now. Yeah. This tweet is unavailable. But dude, it was insane.
That's a lot, yeah.
I got the notification and I was considering, like, calling the number, but I assumed that, like, at least 100 other people were going to do it.
Call the number?
By the way, yeah.
Did you ever call the number that Soulja Boy says and Kiss Me Through the Phone?
What's the number?
I don't remember, but, like, I know I called it when I was younger.
What'd you get?
What'd you say?
What'd you get?
I don't remember. I don't think anything.
What was the phone number? Kiss Me Through the Phone.
I'm checking. I'm gonna actually just look it up and call it.
Kiss Me Through the Phone number.
678 999 8212. 678 999 8212. I'm gonna look it up.
His fan voicemail box. Hell yes. I'm gonna call it.
I got it.
Yeah. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
To continue your call in English, please press 1 now.
No! But I'm really Nancy Reagan.
What do you think is, like, the best first lady?
I mean...
Or you think they're all shit?
It depends on who you're asking. Like, obviously, Nancy Reagan would say Nancy Reagan. However, I personally would say the vast majority are trash. Yeah. It's funny because, like, have you noticed, like, the, like, dressing, like, the wardrobe standard for, like, first ladies has been the same?
Yeah.
All throughout time. Like, it's literally, like, this blazer and then this skirt that, like, goes, like, to a weird place on your calf, and, like, that was normal. That was what people were wearing in, like, the 80s. Like, I looked up a picture of Nancy Reagan earlier, and she was wearing that exact thing in, like, bright pink in the 80s, and it really just makes you not like her just based off of that clothing choice alone. But then you fast forward to, like, Michelle Obama, and she's still wearing a very similar thing. It's just, like, better fabric and, like, not as head ass.
I will never.
Like, it's simpler.
I will never forgive.
It's different now that she's not the first lady, but when she was the first lady, I swear to God, it was literally...
I will never forgive Michelle Obama for the school lunches.
Yeah, that didn't affect me at all. I was one of those kids that, like, packed lunch every day.
Dude, they had the most delicious chocolate chip cookies.
No, fuck that.
And they replaced it with the stale-ass brand oatmeal cookie. And it was gross.
No! Honestly, like, our... like, school system's food was awful. Like, kindergarten through 12th grade, it was absolutely terrible.
Every year for me.
I just stopped eating, like, school lunch, to be honest.
I did I
was just done with it. I wanted to, like, reliably have food that I knew I would like every day instead of, like, pulling up and they're making, like, meatloaf with... I don't fucking know, peas and, like, some bullshit. So I just really wasn't down with that. That's like a cup of corn. What is that?
The potato wedges were good.
What the fuck is... Oh, that's mozzarella sticks. Yeah, and then just, like, plain corn. We didn't have potato wedges. We never had potato wedges.
Did you have those quesadillas that look like pizzas?
Nope.
Those were good as hell.
We truly didn't have anything. It was awful. I didn't realize how bad it was until, like, I graduated and I guess just, like, learn more about what other school systems were like for people.
All viruses matter.
Speaking of school, I have to say, this is super, just very not related to this at all. But
no, it's related because schools are like hotbeds.
Yeah, no, the coronavirus in schools right now is truly a petri dish.
No, but like, you also have to worry about the other viruses.
So the thing is, like, recently, coronavirus has really just been completely taking all of the limelight, and I feel like it's really caused a problem, like, in the fact that no one cares about the other deadly viruses that have been around for a long time and have definitely earned their place on the main stage, but no one cares, and that's the thing. I will say one related to school. One of the ways my mom really just, like, made me wash my hands at every single moment. Like, she would make me wash my hands when I got home from school. Like, obviously, just, like, shit like that. And literally all the time when I was really little, like, literally, I mean it, like, 5 or 6 years old, if she thought I didn't wash my hands after I went to the bathroom, she would tell me I was gonna get the rotavirus, which is basically, I asked her what it was, and it basically is when you ingest other people's doo-doo particles, and then you get the rotavirus. Yeah, similar to some locations in the James River. But yeah, shit's fucked up. She literally convinced me I was, like, gonna get this deadly virus just to make sure that I washed my hands after I took a shit. I was literally, like... And, like, little kids get sick all the time regardless. Like, I don't really feel like that was necessary.
They don't wash their hands after they shit.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, aside from that, so we have the rotavirus. What's another good virus? Ebola. Oof. Ebola. We really have forgotten about Ebola.
There was apparently another outbreak, like, recently.
Really?
Like, somewhere in Africa. I think it was...
Interesting. Yeah, why is no one talking about Ebola anymore? That's the question. That looks fucking disgusting. It looks like worms. Yeah, like, I just really don't... We've forgotten. We've truly forgotten rabies. Rabies is a good one. I didn't even know rabies was a virus, to be honest.
Wait, they were only
introduced
in the 1920s?
The vaccines were introduced in the 1920s. But it remains a serious problem in India and Africa. Ooh, another great one. Wow, HIV.
HIV.
What happened? No one cares. What's Magic Johnson doing? I don't know.
Can you imagine how much it would suck to die from HIV when you got it from a blood transfusion?
I just feel like that barely happens. Like, I feel like
Arthur Ashe died from that.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Like,
Arthur Ashe Boulevard. Smallpox, that's... Yeah.
In 1980, the World Health Assembly declared the world free of smallpox.
So did Nancy Reagan declare the world free of drugs.
Wait, what was the virus we were talking about? Smallpox.
Smallpox.
Nancy Reagan...
At the same time...
ended smallpox.
In 1980... Nancy Reagan actually, through initiating the war on crime, eventually... The war on drugs, sorry. The war on drugs.
D.A.R.E.
What does D.A.R.E stand for? Drugs and...
are to resist drugs and violence, but drug abuse resistance as education.
Ah, got it.
Influenza.
Just like the regular flu.
COVID kills as much people as the flu.
Oh my God.
There's people that genuinely believe that.
This is dark. Alright, you know what we need to talk about. The meme.
Yes.
10,000 rats. Okay. This is a very important topic that I'm excited to talk about. Did I send you the picture of it?
Yeah, it's about...
Will you look up the 10,000 rats meme? It'll come up. Yeah, it's literally the first one, the first picture. Alright. So here it is. You are offered 9 choices of different animals of different quantities, and your task is to pick 2, like which ones do you want on your side, and then all the other ones are coming at you. So here are the choices. We have hawks, 50 hawks, 10 crocodiles.
Crocodiles or alligators?
I don't fucking know. What's the difference?
Yeah, what is the difference?
I don't know what the difference is. Let's find out. Corks versus...
Crocs versus...
How did it know that? Alligators have U-shaped faces that are wide and short, while crocodiles have slender, V-shaped muzzles. Crocodiles, on the other hand, flash a toothy grin. What the fuck? Yo, what's the difference? There's no difference.
It's so little.
What is the difference?
So
it just looks like crocodiles are like tougher. That's like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Alright, so anyway, it's still undetermined whether those were crocodiles or alligators. That was not helpful.
I mean, they're grinning in the picture.
Okay, but that doesn't that's not a classification. They're grinning? Alright, anyway.
A toothy grin, they said. What the fuck is a toothy grin?
It's like you show your teeth, as opposed to like the school picture, like...
Oh, God.
Alright, so anyway, we have
3 bears.
3 bears, 7 bulls, 1 military sniper with an automatic weapon. No, for real, it's it's a shotgun. It's literally a shotgun. I don't know why he's wearing a helmet. He's alone bearing a shotgun. Anyway, you get 1 shooter or 15 coyotes.
Wolves. They're wolves.
What's the difference? Why do you keep...
No. Coyotes are like...
Oh my god. Okay.
Like the rodents of wolves.
Okay. Could you tell the difference? Like...
Yeah, like...
What's the difference? Are coyotes just smaller? Alright, whatever. Wolves. My bad. Wolves. We have 15 wolves. 10,000 rats. This is what I would like to emphasize. The highest number we've heard before this point is 50 hawks. And then we have 10,000 rats.
And rats.
Rats. We have 5 gorillas. Looks like
and
a little
4
cutie.
lions.
And 4 lions, yes. Alright.
You pick 2 and they defend you. The rest will
come at you. So what is your choice?
I feel like one of them has to be the man. With the shotgun.
Fuck no.
Now that I think about it, I think the 50 hawks is a real advantage because of the flight.
Couldn't agree more. It's an aerial attack. And that, out of these 9, are the only ones capable of an aerial attack. And it's 50 hawks, yo. Hawks are tough. Like, hawks are underrated. And not only do you have the aerial attack advantage, there's 50 of them. That's literally almost enough to account for every single other animal on the screen.
I think I'm going to go 50 hawks and 4 lions.
Why the lions?
Because I feel like they can put up a good fight against the guy with the shotgun.
Why him specifically?
Like, no, I'm just naming them off because, like, it's 4 lions against 1 guy.
Yeah, but you also have to think, like, the rats, the gorillas, the coyotes, the wolves, my bad. Wolves, bears, crocodiles, and bulls are also coming at those 4 lions along with the shooter.
We got 50 hawks.
You're right. No, you're right. Okay,
they'll take out the 5 gorillas, the 3 bears.
What about the 10,000 rats, though? That's the variable. What do you do? How do you take out 10,000 rats?
The hawks are just going to
scoop them up. Is where my opinion comes in. So I have to say I couldn't agree with you more on the hawks. Like, undeniably. However, my second choice would be the 10,000 rats. Because I think when you hear that, you're not picturing what it actually is. So, like, imagine 100 rats in this space right here. Just 100. Like, really think that's a lot. And that, like, so 10,000. That's ridiculous. Like, what do you do? 10,000 rats? That would literally fill beyond this entire room. Like, I just can't.
Super OP amount of.
Exactly. Right. And, like, also, who's to say, because you have the aerial attack advantage and hawks have, like, the little ability to grab shit with their feet, whereas other animals don't, because none of them are bipedal. But, like, imagine a hawk goes over, theoretically, and gets the shotgun, and then delivers that back to you. The shooter is eliminated, and now I also have a shotgun, 10,000 rats, and 50 hawks. That's unbeatable. Like, that's truly
How would you have a shotgun then?
I just explained.
You have a shotgun.
I know, but, like, I'm saying theoretically, since we're not giving a lot of guidance, I just feel like I can kind of take it and run with it. So, like, theoretically, a hawk could fly over. Those gorillas look nasty in that picture.
Yeah, what is that picture? All the animals.
Okay, we have a triceratops in the mix on this one. What the fuck are those in the... We still got the 50 hawks. See, that's representative of their value. Transferred to a different meme. You know it's real.
Scroll a little bit. Down.
10,000 rats. See, that said 10,000 rats equals what? That said 5,000 pounds?
Yeah.
Oof. Disgusting.
That's
oh my god.
Fucking rat.
Oh.
This guy's holding the biggest rat I've ever seen.
Oh no. Ew, why the fuck does he have rat tails on his beard? That's a cursed picture, for real.
Like, it was attached rat tails?
That was disgusting. Ew. I can't even look at that. That's so gross.
Oh my god, it weighs 3 pounds. It's 3 feet. Jesus.
So imagine, like, theoretically, we had 10,000 of that. Rat.
Yeah.
That's the win. And you don't know because they don't specify. Yo, look at that. That has to be a possum. That's not a fucking rat.
Dude, earlier this semester, I had a Zoom class, and one of the people that was, like, trying to put in a top hat question to, like, answer it, he was like, the professor was like, oh, does anyone need to put their answer in? I can leave it up for a few more seconds. And this one dude was like, yeah, let me put my shit in.
What did he say? Could you tell which one was his?
He was like, no, it was someone with a dark screen.
Oh, okay. It was like... Yo, okay, on Zoom, for real. Which type of Zoom student are you? We have several categories that are established. We have the ones without the camera on ever that never speak.
That's me.
Ever.
That's me.
We also we have the ones that have their cameras on but like shouldn't have their cameras on. Like they're just staring either like dead at the screen, and like when the professor asks a question, they're like, and the professor's like, yes, no, and they literally have their camera on. It's just sus. And then we have other people that just really shouldn't have their camera on. Like they're doing other stuff. Like I literally was in a class the other day where almost everybody's cameras were off, and there was probably only 4 or 5 people that had their like cameras on, and one was driving a vehicle. turn it off. That's the perfect opportunity to not use your fucking camera.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just not using my camera because I'm laying in bed. Like,
so you're the type of student that like doesn't put their camera on?
I mean, it depends on the class because like I'm trying to brown nose one of my professors so I can get a letter of recommendation.
I got you.
But like, so I'll keep that one on, but I still don't really speak. I just want him to like be able to recognize my face, which is, I guess, kind of weird, but like, I just don't want to participate in class. And then you have these other annoying ass people. It's literally like 2 people a class that have their cameras on, and they're the ones that answer the professor's questions every single time. I want to punch those people in the face. Like, they're literally the fucking worst.
Speaking of wanting to punch people in the face.
Right.
Fuck the fucking corporation that is and all those executives that decided to close down the location in Richmond, Virginia.
Correct. It was completely without notice, including our general manager did not find out until the day of. It was fucked. It was March 25th, and the sad news is, I was thinking about it earlier today, and I looked up Instagram because I kind of just the thought occurred to me, like, what if they like posted something on the 25th? Like, what if they posted something about like laying us off? However, they did post on March 25th, and the post was an announcement saying now is providing order curbside pickup. And that's really depressing, and that's all that they posted. Meanwhile, I'm still unemployed.
This is so unexplored. Go up. Let's go,
My boys made me recreate your quesadilla kids meals and pretended we were at a restaurant down to the tortilla chips and applesauce. What the fuck is wrong with you? I think we know where they want to go once this all blows over. Okay.
Low-key, there was some really good food there.
Okay. I mean, I don't really even know what to say because I was a cook, so like I just always made my own food and none of it was ever really on the menu, I guess, besides quesadillas, kind of. But so I can't.
Dude.
They were too sweet for me. Honestly, I will say I did eat the raw cookie dough because I made some of those. Like, I prepped some of those. Okay. Yeah, it was bullshit. I really can't hate it as a corporation. Everything about what happened and a lot of things about my time there pissed me off. But I really can't, like, honestly say a lot of negative things about the food. I will say it was very greasy. And let me be completely honest. Let me put on blast.
Go ahead.
We did use expired lettuce all the time. We used expired all of our produce, every single thing. We used expired onions, tomatoes, salsa. We usually had queso and rice, okay? What else? Like chicken, beef, literally anything you can think of. Jalapenos, lettuce, cheese. Especially the mozzarella cheese. That shit was moist. That was disgusting. And we were told to use it anyway. Yeah, shit was fucked up. And I don't really care because they laid us off so I could not give less of a fuck. But just so you know, anybody who goes to a different location, beware, depending on what's happening with the staff at that time, you may be served expired food. So yeah, that's
bomb.
That's on that.
Fucking bombs.
But yeah,
it was so much fun though. Like looking back on it, I have some good memories.
It does geek. I learned a lot. I developed some pretty severe anger issues, I will say.
There were some customers that just...
There were some people... I mean, the customers weren't what pissed me off. It was the employees. Like, that's really all I was ever mad about. Especially after I started cooking, I was just never in front anymore. Like, I wasn't interacting with customers. I just really hated probably 85% of the people that we worked with. They all pissed me off. I was just honestly mad all the time. Like, I can't... It's kind of surprising that, like, looking back on my time, it's not... Like, it's not as bad as it seems like would be warranted. But, like, at the same time, I really did get so mad. Like, all the time, those people were just so stupid.
I remember... I was telling you this earlier, but
yeah,
when one of our managers, I had to close with him and this other dude this morning. Yeah, and I stayed there for literally an hour and a half to close. Played the full Taylor Swift Lover album, and
fuck him.
I hate it. Yeah, dead ass, dude. I wanted to hit myself with the mop when I was. It took so long to mop, like all the time, and I had to do on those days. I had to do it twice. You remember?
What?
To double mop the floor.
Wait, yeah, because he would have you like pour the water and like scrub, and then go back over with the dry mop. And yeah, I never fucking did that, and I didn't make other people do that because that was bullshit. That was so stupid. I could not, like, I'm so glad they didn't start making us do that until after I started cooking, because I think I would have quit my job if I had to mop like that. Fuck that.
You know what's better than stuff?
What?
And who doesn't use expired food? Giorgio's on Broad Street.
Giorgio's on Broad Street. That is true.
The moral of the story is that his ass. They're going to file a lawsuit against us after we publish this episode.
No, they can suck my dick. Literally, I swear to God, hand on the Bible. Everything I said was truthful. Every single thing I said. I wish a bitch would challenge me on it because it's facts.
Oh, yeah. Nancy Reagan?
Fuck. Sue me. Sue me if you want.
Nancy Reagan, thank you so much. Coming on.
You're absolutely welcome. It was an honor.
It was an absolute pleasure. That's episode 4. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had as good as the time as we did. It's an earthquake. Alright. Peace.